Final two games of the season today. We win both, we stay up. Easy as that. Hi there folks, and welcome back to Sons of the Rock. I'm Nick from SonickFM, and this is episode number 30. Today, final two games of the season coming up, both games away from home. First off, we've got Hamilton, and then we have Ross County. After that, once the season's wrapped up, as always, we'll have a look at the season review as well. Since the last video, where we left off with the 2-0 defeat to Inverness, a little bit of mixed fortune. So we then had Motherwell away from home, and as expected, they beat us 4-2. Nguyen and Frizzell grabbing a couple of goals for us there. We then had an excellent 5-0 victory over Ayr United. Michael Dangana grabbing a brace. Lyon, Vikoji and Vasilev also getting on the score sheet. And as you can see here, I think my head's just out the way. Vikoji and Vasilev both scoring a minute apart, injury time at the end of the game. We then had an away tie against Wraith Rovers, and we get a 2-2 draw there. Ewan Henderson grabbing both goals for us in that one. I was relatively pleased with that, considering we were away from home against Wraith Rovers. Then, in the last game we played just before this episode, an important game against Airdrie, and we beat them 3-1 at home. Vasilev grabbing a double and Henderson getting on the score sheet again for us. Henderson's coming into some goal scoring form in the run in here, which is good news for us, because both the Hamilton and Ross County ties are going to be tough. What that means for the league table then, as I said in the intro, it's simple. We win both our games, we survive. Not quite that simple in reality though, is it? So we are currently on 34 points from 34 games. We are 5 points ahead of Ayr in 10th and 4 points ahead of Arbroath in 9th. And if we look at the two teams we've got coming up, Hamilton currently sitting in 3rd, Ross County currently sitting in 5th. Ross County, if they win both their games, could potentially, depending on how Inverness do, push into the final playoff spot, so they've got a lot to play for. Hamilton, they're just trying to stay up there. They're guaranteed a playoff place anyway, they're just trying to finish as high as they can. So hopefully that bodes well for us. We'll have a look at the teams round about us and the games that they've got to play. Airdrie are at home to Dunfermline Athletic today. Dunfermline sitting 6th in the league. Ayr are at home to Inverness. So again, Inverness wanting to hold on to that playoff spot, and if they win today, that guarantees it. And then Arbroath are away to Wraith Rovers, who are currently 2nd in the league. So hopefully some of these other results can go our way. And then, if we don't win at Hamilton, Airdrie don't win at Dunfermline, or against Dunfermline, Ayr don't win against Inverness, and Arbroath don't win at Wraith, we'll be safe. So, like I said, a little bit more complicated than just win both games, especially the teams we've got to play. We take a look at this little panel down here on the home screen. You can easily see where our problem lies. So we're the 4th best. We've scored the 4th most goals this season. So if it was going by goal scored, we would be sat where Inverness are. Also conceded 59, which is the 2nd worst in the league. That's where the problem lies, is goals conceded. So I think defence and goalkeeper is going to be a massive priority this summer. I'm happy with the players we've got, or mostly happy with the players we've got going forward, but this is what I think we really need to look at. We've got the worst disciplinary record as well, with the worst yellow cards and 2nd worst in red cards. We've got the worst average attendance. So for now, we will get straight into the game against Hamilton. This is the team that we're putting out. A game that we have to go for. There's no point in trying to sit back and defend and sneak a draw, because it's our final two games of the season. So we're going for our 4-2-3-1. I did consider going for the counter-attacking formation, because they are a bigger team than us, but we have to go for it. So we're going with Sabra in goals, Nguyen, Christensen, Mackay and Wardrope at the back, Williamson and Bandera in midfield, Henderson, Vasilev and Vikoji are the attacking midfield, behind Dangana leading the line. At kick-off time then, and one of the things we do have in our favour is that we're coming into this match in some good form. You know, we've had some good victories over the past few matches. I've not had a look at how Hamilton have done. 15 minutes in, we have a highlight, and it's a throw in from Hamilton, nodded into the box, but Mackay does well to clear it. Christensen launches it upfield to Dangana, who gets ahead on it, but there's nobody for him to nod onto. I think that's Michael Dangana's vision stats not the best, or his vision attribute, sorry, is not the greatest. That's obviously evidenced there. And I thought we were getting away with one. Took 3 attempts, but Hamilton finally scored. Nodded down by Spence to Banks. He plays a great ball forward for Mimna. Zabret makes the initial save. It's then blocked by Christensen. The second shot is blocked by Christensen, but nothing can be done about the third one. And Hamilton are able to score, and it's 1-0. Again, this is a game I'm coming into fully, personally, not expecting to get anything out of. If we do manage to get a draw, great. If we manage to get a win, even better. But out of the 2 games that we have left in the season, i.e. this one and the Ross County one, the Ross County one is the one I'm looking at as potentially being able to get something out of. As I think that was Dangana loses out in the ball in midfield, and Hamilton are coming forward again. The ball's played through, and a good shot from just inside the box from Hamilton. Couldn't direct it on target. As we come into half time, we've not yet had a shot on target. Look at the stats quickly. 10 shots for Hamilton to our 4, 3 on target for them to our none, a 2.05 XG to our 0.24. We're just edging them on corners. Passes completed is around about the same. Possession, we've had a bit more of the possession. So in the second half, I would quite like to see us do a bit more with that. Into the dressing room, what will I say to them? Yeah, go out and play without the pressure. What I am going to do though, go into the tactics, because I did notice Ewan Henderson is playing a 6.1. That is just not good enough. We're going to get him off. I'm going to bring McCausland on and swap McCausland and Vikoji around and get into the second half and try and have a better half. Early on though, it's a free kick here for Hamilton. Ball played into the box and the header just goes over the bar. And that's what I mean when it comes to having to look at the defence. I mean, for a good couple of seasons there, our defence was just rock solid, and I think that's what gave us the success that we had last season. This season, not so much. We're not winning things at the back. Set pieces are coming in, and we're just nothing. Right, 60 minutes in, I'm going to make a change. Dangana is not having a great game, so we're going to get, I'll try and say his name again. We're going to get Bonfilio on for Dangana. Looking down the list, and Wardrobe's not having a great game either, but I'm going to leave him for now. I mean, nobody's particularly excelling at the minute. I mean, Zabret and Mackay are our 2 best rated players on 6.8s. But that'll do for now. We'll get back in, and we're going to encourage the team. Try and push up and grab an equaliser. Inverness are doing us a favour against Ayr. It's another free kick from Hamilton, swung in. Zabret comes out and punches clear. Only as far as Irwin on the edge of the box. Managed to push Hamilton back a little bit, but the ball over the top for Winter now. He's offside. So if we just pause the game quickly just now and have a look at the other results and how they're going. Inverness are beating Ayr. Arbroath have lost against Wraith. Wraith are just absolutely hammering them. Dunfermline beating Airdrie and Hamilton beating us, so there's not going to be any change in the league table at the moment, which is good for us, because that would mean then that we're guaranteed to finish 7th. Right, 15 minutes left. Do I want to make any changes? No. I want to keep the game going. Nobody's tired. Well, nobody's overly tired. Ratings-wise, still a few players could be doing better, as Hamilton are coming forward now. Christensen at the back cuts out. It finds Nwenya with the header. He plays it into Williamson, gets it back. It's with Nwenya again. Into Bandera. Bandera with the ball forward. Bonfilio trying to get ahead to it, but it was actually the Hamilton player that got there first. All over the top, goes all the way through to Zabret. Zabret holds on now. Taking his time. Launches the ball upfield for Bonfilio. But it's headed clear by the Hamilton defence. And they're coming down the left-hand side now. Ball into the box. And McGrath was there with the shot. It rattled off the crossbar, and Nwenya was able to clear for throw in. I thought it was going to be a corner there for a second, but it's a throw in right on the corner flag. It's nodded into the box, and Christensen's able to pick up the loose ball. McCausland can come forward with it now. Doesn't have much in the way of support, but he's found Bandera, and the highlight comes to an end. Ayr have just levelled things up against Inverness. Throw in from Mackay is nodded clear by the Hamilton defence. Bandera picks up the ball though. He's looking for somebody. There's nobody really in space, so it goes back to Wardrope. Wardrope plays the ball forward, and Bonfilio thought he'd grabbed as a last minute equaliser. He's, I think, just offside. Ayr have gone ahead against Inverness now, coincidentally. Yeah, just offside. Good ball from Wardrope. Just a little too early with the run from Bonfilio. At the end of the game, it's 1-0 Hamilton. So after those games, what the results do mean is we've guaranteed our survival. We're on 34 points with 3 points left to play for. Airdrie and Arbroath both on 30, so it's now between Airdrie and Arbroath for those relegation and relegation playoff spots. So we've survived. We're going to be in the Championship for another season. Can see here the confirmation. Secured survival. We can't get down now. We've avoided relegation. That's the main thing. Okay, so we have the final game of the season coming up now against Ross County. So we'll be back in just a second with the team for that game. And we are back now with the team for the game against Ross County. Only one change to note. Zabra is in goals. Nwenya, Mackay, Christensen and Wardrope at the back. Williamson and Bandera in midfield. Henderson, Vasilev and McCausland coming in the attacking midfield, with Dangana leading the line. McCausland, of course, coming in to replace Stefan Vikoji. Game underway then. And this is a bit of a nothing game, as it turns out. I mean, the only thing really to play for is 7th place, depending on how the Ayr result goes. But we'll keep an eye on the results in the other 3 games just to see who is going to end up in those relegation places, as Vasilev's driving forward here. Thought he was going to have a shot there, but he's just giving it back to Bandera. Bandera into Henderson. What a goal from Ewan Henderson. Unfortunately, he's offside, but that was some finish. Look at this one again. Vasilev finds Bandera, and yeah, Henderson and Dangana both offside, but what a finish from Ewan Henderson. If he could do that again, but stay onside, that would be lovely. Corner to come in from Ross County. It's headed clear by Mackay. And Dangana's first to the ball. Turns with it. Gets past one man. Keeps going. Cuts inside onto his favoured right foot. But the shot is straight at the goalkeeper. Good run there from Michael Dangana. Needed to do a bit better with the finish, but he'd done everything else right. As Ross County have got into the box, and a good save from Gregor Zabra. I thought that was going to be the opening goal of the game, but it's gone for a corner. Ross County to take. Headed clear again by Mackay. This time, it's Ross County that get to the ball first. They can't really do anything with it. So Arbroath and Airdrie playing each other in the final game of the season. That's a big game at the bottom end of the table. Ayr are currently 2-0 down against Motherwell as well. Ross County now coming on down on the left. Ball played in. Nwenya this time heads clear. Again, it's a Ross County player that picks it up in midfield. And they're coming forward again. And the shot from the angle from James just skims past the far post. Williamson on the ball now. Inside to Bandera. Bandera out wide for Henderson. Henderson cuts inside. Lovely little disguised pass for Dangana. Doesn't come off though. Christensen picked up the clearance to Wardrope. Wardrope with the ball forward. Cleared by the Ross County defence, and this time Ross County got onto the ball. And he's crowded out on the edge of the box. But it's a foul apparently. And it's a penalty. I thought that was just outside the box. Didn't think it was a foul in the first place, but I thought it was just outside the box. But Henry with the penalty for Ross County. He scores his 7th goal of the season. And it's 1-0 now to Ross County. I'm just looking down at the ratings along the bottom. You won't be able to see it because my head's in the way, but Henderson is again having another howler. So 40 minutes, free kick to Ross County, played into the box, and this time Zach Jules is able to get his head on it. There's nobody able to clear. And it's 2-0 now to Ross County. Again, I'm not really too concerned with the result here. It's the last game of the season. It's a nothing game. We're safe. I would just like to see a good performance and a bit of fight. To be honest, Christensen heads the ball clear and McCausland picks it up this time. McCausland looks like he's picked up an injury, but the referee's allowing play to continue, and Ross County have got into the box here. Zabret does well to get a hand to the shot, but the Ross County player plays it off of Nguyen for a corner. Are we going to go back to this? McCausland's injured. Why has the referee not stopped the game? You know what? We'll just go in and we'll get him off. Vikoji can come on there for him. And the corner comes in from Ross County. And Jules again gets his head on it. He can't keep the header down this time though. And I'm really confused as to why that wasn't a free kick. McCausland got injured, but the referee didn't give a free kick. Looking at the stats then. Ross County are dominating us. 10 shots to 5, 5 on target to 2, 1.84 to 0.33 XG, 6 corners to 1. We've again had more of the ball. So this is something, trying to take some positives, this is something we can build on for next season. We tend to have a lot more of the ball than our opponents in games. So I think for next season, if we can shore up the defence, you know, stop leaking so many goals, I think we might have a good shot at a good season next season. As header from Henderson's corner, I think it was Henderson's corner, just goes over the bar. Throw in now for Ross County. It's with Cochrane in midfield. Plays it all the way back to Jules. Jules forward for Thomas, but it's headed clear by Wardrobe, but Cochrane again picks it up. Again gives it back to Jules. Jules tries the ball over the top again. This time Anderson gets onto it. Again, Zabret gets a hand to it. This Gregor Zabret, who makes these kind of saves, if he was here all season, you know, the Gregor Zabret that played against Aberdeen, he was here all season, then I don't think we would be as in bad a situation as we have been. But right, just coming into 70 minutes, time to make some changes. Henderson has dropped down to a 5.9 now. So I think we'll bring Frizzell on for him. We'll swap Frizzell and Vikoji over, and I think that'll do for now. In fact, you know what? Bandera, you can come off. We're going to bring Davis on for you. And that'll be our 3 subs. Throw in now for Dumbarton. Mackay throws it in, but it's headed clear by Conley. Wardrobe gets to the ball first this time, gives it back to Mackay. Mackay, can he get a ball in? Passed about between Wardrobe, Mackay and Davis. Davis eventually feeds Wardrobe through. He gets a ball into the box, and Michael Dangana. No, hold on. Hold on. Mackay with the throw in. So, got all this nice passing between Davis, Mackay and Wardrobe. Wardrobe eventually gets fed through. Great ball in. Michael Dangana from about 4 yards skies the ball over the bar. That's indicative of our luck. And that was me saying that I was happy with the players we had going forward. As we get into the final 10 minutes, looking at the other games, Arbroath are beating Airdrie 1-0. Ayr are still getting beat from Motherwell. So at the moment, it's Airdrie and Ayr who are in the relegation places. Throw in comes to Vikoji on the edge of the box. He turns and he has a shot. Good goal from Stefan Vikoji. The keeper is definitely going to be at fault there for that one. We'll see the replay here. Nguyen takes the throw in, long throw in, finds Vikoji on the edge of the box. He just turns his man, has a shot straight at the keeper, but all the keeper can do is palm it into his net. I'm going to look at that as the power in the shot from Vikoji, and not that the keeper made a howler. Again, try and find the positives. At the end of the game then, 2-1 to Ross County. It turned out to be a bit more of an even game over the course of the second half. We had 15 shots to 13 for Ross County. Both had 6 on target. They did have a higher XG than us, 2.16 to our 1.21. Did more corners. Passes completed was round about the same. I don't know why I read this stat. Probably to do with my favourite award and the end of season awards. Again, we had more of the possession, so again, looking at the positives, this is something to build on. We're good at keeping possession. We just need to stop leaking goals and try and make sure that we will keep scoring goals. I don't know why I'm circling up here. So, end of the season then. Well, for us, obviously season still continues for those in playoff places. It's a 7th place finish. 34 points from 36 games, not great. Minus 12 goal difference, again, not great. But we've managed to survive. We've got another season in the Championship, and that is the main thing. Okay, so I'm going to jump ahead now, and we'll be back in just a second with the end of season review. And we're back now with the end of season review for the 2023-24 season. Look at the new faces that come in. This is always a relatively long list, mainly because we release a lot of players every year. Signing the season went to David Mackay. I would agree with that. I would have said it was very tight between him and Vasilev, but David Mackay, give him that. He had the best average rating, 4 assists, 1 goal, 37 appearances. It did cost us $7,000 in transfer from Falkirk. Board have given that an A+. Then we look at Indiana Vasilev, a man whom I signed. I liked the look of his attributes. When I brought him in trial, I can't lie, I signed him mainly because his name's Indiana. Free transfer. He came in from Aston Villa. 16 goals, 7 assists and 37 starts, 6.81. A good first season for Indiana Vasilev. Michael Dangana, he got the 3rd highest average rating. Scored 6 goals and 14 appearances, 2 assists in there as well. Again, A+ from the board. Vikoji didn't go off to the greatest starts, mainly because he had a bad injury at the start of the season, but he started to come into a bit of a game towards the end. He got 4 goals and 5 assists from 18 starts and 12 substitute appearances, finished on a 6.72. Kieran Wenya, 1 goal, 3 assists from 15. Again, he was in on loan. Lyon, Davis and Henderson make up the rest. Ewan Henderson, the jury's out on him at the moment. He had an excellent season with us on loan last season, signed him this season, and he's been very indifferent. Very, very indifferent. Consistency, I think, is going to be his biggest problem. We do have him on contract for another year. He is improving in some areas. So it's going to be a decision this off-season whether we want to keep him or whether we want to try and sell him on and bring in somebody else to play it on the left-hand side. That's a decision for another day. That's the transfers in. Transfers out. It was Jordan Hart who left, Alpha Lion who left, and Stuart Carswell. Season results. So the board expected us to finish in the relegation playoff. We actually finished 7th, so mid-table finish. Average home attendance is down slightly, down to 895. It's understandable considering the season that we had. And in the Championship, Bonfilio was our top goal scorer with 9 goals. Scottish Cup, the board expected us to reach the 4th round. We got to the quarterfinals. Bonfilio and Vasilev joined top scorers there with 2 goals each. And these are the results. 2-0 victory over Edinburgh City in the 3rd round. 2-1 over Greenock in the 4th round. Still love this. 1-0 over Aberdeen in the 5th round. And then an unlucky 1-0 defeat against St Mirren in the quarter-final. Also, just noticed, never really picked up on this, all of our games were at home. It's a bit like England in the Euros, all their games are at home. Betfred Cup, the board just wanted us to be competitive. We reached the 2nd round. Vasilev, top scorer there with 4 goals. Lost 2-1 to Motherwell in the group stages. Beat Queen of the South and Cowdenbeath and Queen's Park to get through to the 2nd round, and then get beat on in extra time by Celtic. And then finally, the Tunnock's Caramel Wafer Challenge Cup. Again, board wanted us to be competitive. Again, reached the quarterfinals. Vasilev, top goal scorer with 2 goals. Beat Dundee United reserves and the New Saints on the way to the quarterfinal before getting knocked out 2-1 by Hamilton. Moments to remember. 5-0 victory over Dunfermline. That was a good victory. Quite pleased with that. Match to remember was a 2-0 victory over Airdrie in December. I don't know why that would be a match to remember. And goal of the season was the 92nd minute goal to level things up from Ewan Henderson against Wraith Rovers. in the 2-2 draw. Let's go and have a look at it. This is what I mean about Henderson's inconsistency. Long kick out from the Wraith goalkeeper, played forward to Henderson. Yeah, I'll give you that. Absolute rifle from outside the box. That's, yeah, goal of the season. I'll take that. On to the finances. No change for the club reputation at the moment. And apparently no new sponsorship deals either. Sponsorship was up to 109,000 from 91,000 the season before. Broadcast revenue is down slightly. That's down to the fact that we didn't play, like Celtic Rangers or anything like that away from home in the Scottish Cup this season. Corporate and hospitality is up by 7,000. Competition prize money is up by 33,000. Again, mainly because we had those couple of cup runs. Matchday and commercials up by a couple of thousand as well. Shirt sales. Following players' shirts sold particularly well. We have Vasilev, Davis, Williamson, Bonfilio and McCausland are the top 5 shirt sellers. Not surprised Vasilev's up there. I'm surprised it says Vasilev on the back and not Indiana, but there we go. How we lined up. This was the team that is described as the best team we had for the season. Zabra in goals. We finished with a 7.02 average rating for the season, surprisingly. Gavia, Christensen, Mackay and Wardrobe, Bandera and Lyon, Henderson, Vasilev and McCausland and Bonfilio leading line. Yeah, that's pretty much the team that we played for a vast majority of the season. On to player awards. I didn't receive any individual awards. Player awards, no competition awards, but club awards. David Mackay was the fans player of the season. Bonfilio, young player of the season. David Mackay, signing of the season. Henderson, goal of the season. Vasilev, top goal scorer with 16 goals. Henderson, most assists with 8. Most player of the matches went to Vasilev with 5. David Mackay, the highest average rating on 7.1. And the prestigious most passes completed per 90 minutes award this season goes to Mauro Bandera with 48. And no records broken this season. On to the overall best 11. Ewan Henderson has been added in, alongside Bonfilio, Bandera, Christensen and Williamson. So the starting 11 looks like this now. Zabra in goals, Gavia, Christensen, McGeever and Wardrobe at the back, Kirkpatrick and Carswell in midfield, Henderson, Frizzell and McCausland are the attacking midfield, and Dingana leading the line. Strangely, not too different from the team that finished the season for us. Got the initial budgets for next season. Let's have a quick look at them. The wage budget for the coming season is 13,500. Transfer budget of 116,000. That's well, the wage budget is not too much more than what we already had. It's maybe only about 1,000 a week more. The transfer budget is up to 6 figures rather than 5. We might actually be able to do something with this. And as you can see from the finances, we're ending the season's finances £666,559 in the bank. The devil's number 666. So I will deal with all this off camera, and tomorrow we will come back as always with our transfer roundup and the opening 2 games of the season. And that wraps up episode 30 of Sons of the Rock, as well as the 23-24 season. Now, don't forget, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to leave a like down below, and while you're down there, let me know in the comments where you think we can improve for next season. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel as well, and ring the notification bell to make sure you don't miss any videos going forward. And as always, thank you very much for watching.